Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Episode 1. My name is Paul Rouillard, broker of record, realtor, and property manager. Rent for all property management. Listit.realty, which is powered by flatprice.ca real estate brokerage. So episode 1, guys. Thanks for watching again. Top 5 ways to finding a good tenant. It's tricky. No, seriously, it really is. We have to really stay focused when we want to find a good tenant. You have to be on top of your game at all times. Okay, a lot of us landlords, we hire property managers, or we do it all ourselves. Well, this video is for those of you who want to do it yourselves, and that's one thing that I really want to emphasize is you can do it. You can do what all of us property managers do. Okay, so I labeled what we think is basically our top 5. So 5 going from our least important down to number 1, which is the most important aspect to finding a good tenant in this crazy market right now. Okay, so number 5 is trust your gut. Go with your instinct. Seriously, when you meet tenants, you're going to talk to them, you're going to communicate, you're going to feel what you feel inside, and a lot of times you really have to go with that. And I know that all of you have felt that before. Just trust it and believe in it. Number 4, communication. Talk to them. You're going to these properties, you're meeting them face to face, you're on the phone, you're discussing the property over the phone with them. Listen to them. Ask them some questions, talk to them, communicate. I know when I meet people, I talk about outside of the business. I ask them, hey, what's your plans tonight? What are you doing over the weekend? Are you doing anything fun? Is there, anything good going on? I talk to them just nonchalantly all the time. And you can really tell who they are by that discussion. And because, my approach when I talk to tenants, they're kind of, mellow about it, and, they open up to you. And the less that you talk and the more that you listen, you're going to learn a little bit about who these tenants are. So pay attention to their appearance and how they talk. Number 3, very important. Okay, so I would actually put this almost at the top of the list, but we didn't because number 2 and number 1 are so very important. But this one, get them while they're hot. When that phone rings, when that email happens, you need to get them while they're hot. These tenants want to get into the property. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. They don't want to wait till tomorrow. You got to get them while they're hot, because guess what? You're not the only property out there. There's so many properties on the market right now. It's crazy. So think about it the other way around. When you purchased this investment property, you called that realtor. That realtor never answered their phone or never sent back an email in real time. What did you do? So when they call you, try to get in there as soon as you possibly can. Very important. Number 2, your advertising. You got to have good ads, okay? You have to have a proper listing. If you want to attract the best of tenants, the good working people who are teachers, who are nurses, working in hospitals, people who drive cars and who own vehicles, those are the tenants that you want. You got to have good advertising, okay? They're not going to want to go and see a listing that has poor grammar and bad descriptions and spelling mistakes and a listing that doesn't properly talk about the listing, right? So it's very important to have a proper listing. Your photos must be very good. Your photos have to be top-notch photos, right? You can get cheap technology today. Even our phones do really incredible photos today, everybody. You can just use your phone for photos, but make sure they're good. Make sure you have the right angles. Make sure there's no clutter. Make sure when you take that bathroom picture, that toilet seat is not up. Make sure it's down. So a lot of little things. Lighting. Try to get out there when the light's coming through the windows so you get the natural lighting. So photos is very important. You do not have to go hire a professional photographer and spend a couple $100. You can do it all yourself. Trust me, you can. You know what? Just practice in your own home and see if you can get some good quality photos just from your brand new smartphone. It's right here, right? Okay? The next thing that I think is very important is actually having an MLS listing. Okay, a lot of landlords don't do this. A lot of them don't feel that it's appropriate. But honestly, I think that an MLS listing for an average to an above average property is very important. Because you're not going to have those so-called professional tenants who abuse their system calling a realtor and scamming a realtor. They're just not going to do that, okay? A professional tenant, a bad tenant, is going to send direct messages through Facebook, through Kijiji, or any of the other advertisement, and they do it that way. But they're not going to call a real estate company and want to abuse the system that way. So definitely MLS listing is very important. Okay, you can find a local realtor in your region who does these kind of things. Some are very expensive, but there's some who just focus just on leasing, like I do. I focus just on leasing. I have many clients that I just post MLS ads for leasing. So if you want, send me a message. We can talk about that. But I think it's very important, and it's part of the screening process, is to get an MLS listing out there. And if you think that it's expensive to spend a couple $100s just to get it up there on MLS, is a lot of money to you, well, look at the cost that's involved if you find a bad tenant. Okay, number one, the most important aspect, and you know what it is, screening. Screening is so important. And to be honest with you, go back to my number 5, go back to my number 4. That's basically part of the screening package as well, because you want to trust your gut, you want to communicate with them and talk to them. That's all part of the screening process from the moment that phone rings. Okay? So your credit check, you want to get a credit check. There are ways of getting credit checks in this world. We do them in our office every single day, and there are ways of reading and looking at the credit checks. So definitely you want to get a credit check. Very important. You know, there is several different markets in Ontario where we focus. Most specifically, I'm here in Windsor, but we work all through Ontario. Credit checks here in Windsor, and I tell many of my clients, you're not going to find the best of credit. You're not going to find tenants with top-notch credit here in Windsor. A lot of tenants don't have great credit, but what we're looking for is their debt and what they owe, and if they can actually afford the rent, right, along with their living expenses. Reference checks are very important, so don't ever feel it's not necessary to get reference checks. Call their workplaces, make sure it's true, make sure it's real, make sure that they've been there for the amount of time that they say, okay? Landlords, help each other out. I've been in this business for such a long time, and when I call landlords for reference checks, they're vague. You know, some of them, they don't care, they don't answer the phone, they don't call you back. Listen, we are a community and we have to treat each other just like a community, okay? So if a landlord calls you for a reference check, there's a reason for it. Give them your absolute honest opinion, okay? If they were bad tenants, they didn't pay their rent, they were late every single time, they did damages, don't be afraid to say it. And that landlord who is getting the information, don't use that against this landlord. Don't. We are a community, we need to work together. We need to get rid of these tenants. We have to do it, okay? So make sure that we help each other out. Super important, okay? Also, Google their names. Go to Facebook, type in their names, see who they are, see if they have any criminal records, see if they're in the news anywhere. See if their Facebook shows them their party animals and going out and having a good time all the time. Check that out, because I'm telling you, just by putting their name into Google and into Facebook, you're going to learn a lot about these tenants. Okay, you're going to see their lifestyle, their pictures that they're posting, their friends, their community. You know, that is really going to tell you a lot. Okay? Okay, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. This is our very first episode, so be easy on me, okay? I want to do many more videos. I want to help landlords. I want to help all of you self-manage and find ways to manage your properties cost efficiently, so it's going to cost you less money to manage it. This is my number one goal, okay? So guys, send me messages, comments, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you have any future videos that you'd like me to do for you, let me know. I'm happy to look into that. And we offer all of these services that I just talked about in this video. I'm going to put a link in the description on our YouTube channel, or you can check out our website. It's www.rentforall.ca, just right behind me right here. So it's rent, the number 4, all.ca is our property management company. We have all kinds of cool services. We do a full leasing services that starts from, in this video, from 5 all the way to the 1 top ways of finding a good tenant, all for as little as 35% of 1 month's rent. So we have a pretty unique service. Take a look at it. It's on our web and it's in the description on YouTube. And I am also a realtor, so we do real estate services. I deal with many investors. I talk to investors every single day from all around the planet who buy investment properties. We also just are in the process of opening up another office in GTA in Toronto. So we have several investors there. So we're going to be working with our realtor there And she is also a property manager, and she is launching just within the next week. So we're gonna have a video just on her. We're gonna introduce her in the next couple of weeks. She's gonna be part of our videos, and we have a really cool community here. So landlords, happy landlording.